Trusting Tuesday. I hope everyone is having a great day on this Trusting Tuesday. So if y'all haven't watched the last video where I talked about God carrying me through, be sure to check out that video. So today we're going to talk about how God carried Job through. So God allowed the suffering, but set limits. The Lord said to Satan, "Very well, then everything he has is in your power. But on the man himself, do not lay a finger." And that comes from Job 1:12. So God never lost control of the situation. Even though Satan was the one who attacked Job, God had the final say. That means that what Job went through was painful, but not purposeless. God set boundaries on Job's suffering, and he does the same for us. So God listened to Job's honest pain. Job didn't hold back. He cried out, complained, and he even questioned God. But God didn't abandon him for being real. Instead, God patiently waited, eventually responded with his presence and truth. Job asked, "Why?" And God responded not just with answers, but with himself. God then revealed himself in the middle of Job's pain. In Job 38:41, God speaks directly to Job, reminding him of his power, wisdom, and authority. This encounter didn't erase the pain, but it reshapes Job's perspective, the way he sees things. Job said, "I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear, but how my eye seeth thee," which comes from Job 42:5. Through the suffering, Job came to know God more deeply than ever. So if you haven't already, be sure to experience a relationship with God on your own. So God restored Job and then some. In the end, God restored Job's health, his relationships, and wealth, double what he had before. So even though Job lost everything, God doubled it. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoke of ox, and 1,000 she asses, which comes from Job 42:12. Through everything Job went through, he lost his wealth, his children, his health, his reputation. His reputation, and his support system. Even though he lost all those things, Job gained a deeper relationship with God. His faith was refined. He was restored, double portion than what he started with. He received God's favor, and he received a legacy of hope and endurance. So God is not going to always bring you out of a certain situation. You're going to have to go through the endurance. But he promised in his word, he said, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." So Job lost everything the world could offer to gain everything heaven had prepared. He lost his comfort, but gained character. He lost the applause of people, but gained the approval of God. He lost security, but gained a solid, unshakable faith. I don't know what you lost or how heavy the days have felt, but I know this: God is not finished with your story. What feels like the end may just be the middle, and where you see brokenness, God sees a setup for breakthrough, but you got to endure. If God carried Job through it all, the pain, the silence, the loss, then he can carry you too. You're not alone. God is still writing. God is still moving. But you just got to stay faithful. And your comeback will be greater than your loss. So keep trusting. Keep believing. And keep showing up. So if y'all did enjoy this video, y'all be sure to like this video. Leave me a comment down below. And know that everything is working out for you. But you got to trust in God. Y'all stay blessed.